underlying capitalism is greed. I think greed is part of the symptomology of capitalism. And it's also important to realize that this system is not working for the elites either. They are just as their lives are missing the things that truly make people happy. And I find that there's a growing recognition of that even among the elites. The ones that I talk to, at least, understand that the system cannot last forever, and they want to find a way out as well. So to me, the question in anti-fascism becomes not how do we overcome these people in power. That's a recipe for despair, because they have a lot more power than we do. They have a lot more force than we do at their disposal. But how do we create conditions? Well, but the means of organizing the media and everything, the whole propaganda machine is in their hands as well. To me, the question is, how do we create conditions that they are able to let go? That they are able, so how do we disrupt the story that they're living in? And direct action is one way to disrupt the story. The story of direct action is one way to disrupt the story. And then how do we ease the passage into a new story? I find that when people are attacked, they become defensive and they cling all the more tightly to their old story.
I usually agree with Charles on most everything, but at this point I'm going to disagree. Greed is actually a type of consciousness that develops from gloom. And it's we could say somewhat like a disease, because it does get worse and worse. It's not a matter of, in my opinion, a matter of scarcity. It's a matter that once one gets more, they want more. And we've seen many times in the past how much is enough. How far did Hitler go? How far did Napoleon go? How far did Genghis Khan go? They seem to want it all. So therefore, my response to this is that they're also spiritual beings. It's not that they're some monster or something like that. And they can also be healed. The nice thing about the mantra is the mantra lifts up everyone. And these people can also benefit by others chanting the mantra. So that's our panacea. And we encourage everyone to take that up.
I have a question for Danis Varadas. So, is there no place for indignation at all, or do I get it wrong? If you see anger, indignation.
Indignation is a result of a feeling of injustice, that I've been wronged. We have to understand that the world is actually a perfect place. And if we understand the principle of karma, then we can understand that whatever wrong may seem to have been wrong to me, it wouldn't have happened if I didn't have it coming. Many times that's difficult to accept. But if we consider that we've been here many, many lifetimes, that there's a lot of karma that we all carry around, then it makes it easier to accept that. The way to heal that is to forgive. And by forgiving, accepting whatever has come to me, that's my lot to bear in life, and forgiving others rather than wanting retribution, that's the way to heal.
Got a question, Charles. What do you say to people who say that solving the money system is too hard and too complex to explain to everyone? And in the face of climate change, we should just go for the easiest solution, say the green economy, and then once we've got the carbon emissions down, we go for the bigger systems.
Yeah, so the question was, and I think the other people on the panel might have something to say about this too. You know, explaining to people the workings of the money system is too complex, or maybe you would even say it's too big a shift to make conceptually and systemically right now, so maybe we should just focus on the easy thing, which is green economy. You know, I just think that what will happen in the name of green economy will actually end up being more of the same if we don't make deeper changes at the same time. We saw it happen with carbon trading, you know, in the EU. When something gets made into a financial instrument, then usually nothing good happens. And the whole like vocabulary of development, it ends up causing the same you know, social inequality every time. I really do think it's time to move to a deeper level of change making. But you know, probably the green economy is going to gain momentum no matter what I say.
I completely agree, but there are people who say like we need a mass movement, so we need to have like a simple message for people to latch onto.
That's a comment from...
Yeah, I just want to, I would turn it the other way around. I would say the reason why we should start with money is because that's the easy part. Solving the climate crisis is the hard part. That's going to take ages. And I want you to just consider one thing. Charles touched upon this system where banks are capable of making money by issuing these loans. However, it's curious that even though banks make all this money, what they haven't made are currencies. I mean, right now, they're still using the national or supranational currencies like the euro or Danish crown or dollars or what have you. And that is a symptom that for this money-making machine to work, it has to tie in to the political community. So that, like this, these currencies, they're interlinked with the political community. And I think right now I think a lot of the despair that a lot of people have with our political system is that we have this perception, well, the politicians, they can't really control anything anyway, it's all the big corporations. However, there are some things about money which the politicians actually can control. So that's where they should start. And I think what we need, that also ties back to your question about how to. I think what we need to tell the politicians, we have to make them aware that they actually do have this power, because they don't think they have this power, but they actually do. So just to conclude, I would say start with the money, because that's the easy part, and then we can move on with the other things.
We're running out of time. I think maybe we have a question for Niels. If anyone has one, because yes.
I totally agree that the problem is in the system. The problem is money. The problem is capitalism. But how does this new way of thinking differ from socialism or even communism? Isn't just the same? Isn't socialism we're talking about?
What is wrong with socialism? I don't like those irrelevance.
I'm a socialist, but then use the word, then say we want socialism.
No more isms, no more dogmas, no more isms.
I was a co-author of a book called Revolt from the Center, Upward from Mitten. And we were mainly socialists, but we were very careful not to use the word, because it's misused and mishandled. I said, do we want to do like in Russia, understand? I mean, the discussion is so primitive.
Yes.
So, I am a socialist, but I don't say it now. Scientists, so I want to be exact about what I'm talking about. I think about finishing now. I just mentioned one further thing. In this book, Opera from Midten, Revolt from the Center, we introduced for the Danes, the concept of basic income, order. And that was really the thing that really interested people most. And I'm sorry that this basic income has become an international thing. And in Denmark, it's not really interesting anymore. And in a rich country, basic income is a very interesting and important thing. And I was very happy to see that Montpio, who writes columns in Information, he said, I want new stories, important stories. And I think basic income, he said, is one part of the new story to give people freedom, not to be very wealthy, but to give them freedom, and a rich country can afford that. But it's a long story, but I think you should look back in Opera from Midten and Revolt from the Center, because we had lots of discussion about basic income. And I think the time will come again, and I will say more.
Basic income, yeah, that would certainly change the money system, the concept of what money is, maybe even give way for some gifts. And talk about that, because we are wrapping up now. Sorry. Talk about gifts. There will be a chance to donate to the organizers of this workshop. I think we should all observe the buckets outside and feel how we want to contribute. Do we want more conferences like this? It could be play an important part. I know I've not been a part of organizing, but I know the organizers have spent in an area around 8,000 kroner of their own pockets. So I think Occupy Denmark, Crisis Mirror, and CBS Sustainability something. I have some other announcements that I was told to give. The first and foremost, there's a dinner opportunity at Carlsberg at something called Haven. Carlsbergvej 68. It's 18 at 6 o'clock p.m. And I was asked, could you raise your hands if you want to talk, so the organizers have an idea how many tables they're going to serve.
What is it?
What is it? It's a dinner opportunity. And eating what kind of food? It's like I'm not sure. Meatballs. Sustainable meatballs. I have no idea. But if you like to just meet up there, I'm sure you can have an organic cup of coffee. At least for the social aspect. I don't know. And tomorrow morning there's a workshop in Studenterhuset at 12 o'clock. Continue some of the aspects. And there's a demonstration Saturday, 25th, 3 o'clock at Christiansborg. For peace and against GMO. I hope it wasn't the other way around, but I think it's in favor of peace on Earth, yes, and against GMO and consent. I think
everything you said from asking us to dinner where.
Yeah, we Carlsbergvej 68. It's not far from here. And I know there are some of the organizers want to hand out something. Yes, we have the gifted lady. A microphone, yes.
Works? Yeah. Yes. Thank you very much on behalf of Transition Denmark and Occupy and all of the helpers here. And of course we wish to give you a small token for your enormous gift, which is this, you are here for free. And we do appreciate it, do we not? Which is a human currency, as you have heard. Everybody here can be an artist, and everybody here can go abroad, and you can even stay one night at somebody's place for one art money. It's great. Anywhere in the world. In Africa, a man is paid 100 kroner for each art money, as I am in Denmark. That is fair trade. I also wish to give you a gift, because you're here as well. Do that if you want.
Thank you.
And I ran out of pocket money, but I give you mine. Thank you very much.
Okay, this is not over yet. Although we heard some wonderful inspiration from you guys, I guess you and you and you and you have some ideas. I certainly have some ideas I really want to share with some of you. And we have the possibility tomorrow, where there's going to be a workshop at Studenterhuset. And what time was that again?
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock, that's right. I would also like to say that there's a bicycle expedition that would leave in about 15-20 minutes, would be led by, where are you? Over there. So follow that lady outside, and there will be a horde of bikes going to the restaurant. Is there anything more that Occupy would like to say about tomorrow? Who's coming tomorrow? Who is coming tomorrow? Who would like to share your ideas? Beautiful. Okay, see you tomorrow then.
Student.
Well, I'm
Jackson is coming by. It's going to be really brilliant. We're so fortunate that
What?
Hi, yeah, thank you so much, Lars. I'm Morten from Occupy, and I thought it would be too bad if we didn't recognize that Danvers Das is coming by tomorrow for this workshop, and none other than Ross Jackson. I'm not sure if you know Ross Jackson. This gentleman right here, please stand up. Ross Jackson is one of the founders of Urtekram, and he's behind Merkurbank as well. And he's behind the Gaia Trust Foundation, which builds eco-villages all over the world. Ross Jackson lives right here in Denmark, and all of his last 30 years, he has dedicated his life to making this place a better place. It's not that difficult, we just have to work together. So come by tomorrow at 12 o'clock at Studenterhuset. We've got room for a couple of hundred people, and it's going to be really nice. And of course, come by Nykansberg here in an hour or so we can socialize and have a good time. Yeah. It's not so we can fix the world, I would like to drink a cold beer with some of you and have a good time. And Ross Jackson has a few words. Bye.
Just briefly, I just want to say, if you're interested in continuing this same kind of discussion tomorrow, that's what I'd like to do. We'll be dealing with a number of global economic and political issues, and not least some concrete solutions. So come along.
When I asked who was interested in participating in gift economy, I was serious. I don't know how to organize all of you immediately. Perhaps we can contact through the Occupy organizer. Gordon, is that okay?
Yeah.
Through you?
Yes.
Okay. You have some means or website?
We have the conference on occupy.dk, and we've got occupy.dk.
Okay, so we'll create some organization there. Please check there. And then also, of course, I'll speak about that more tomorrow in my workshop. So if you want to come to that, thank you.
Yeah, demonstration this Saturday is very, very, very important. It is against Monsanto, who is doing all the things that those guys are trying to work for, trying to inspire us to. They're doing the opposite. Maybe they're not evil, I can't say. Maybe they're not just like having a very, 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 very low level of consciousness. But this is so important that we come and show that we have a higher level of consciousness. They are contending life now. They are spreading gene-modified organisms all over the world. And when they do that, they can go into your piece of field and say, that's ours. Take the money. This is the same company who created Agent Orange in Vietnam. Please come and let us show them from our heart that we will love them now.
Okay.